Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's look at the day 15 problem. Today we have the problem of dot and cross. So let's look at the problem first. Dot, they have provided us some functions and the examples for doing that. So let's look at the first one, dot. The dot tool returns the dot product of two arrays. So it will return the dot product of two arrays. So they are first import num5, then a equal to num5 of array of 1 comma 2, num5 of array of 3 comma 4. So they have converted these two lists into an array using the num5 dot array function, and after that they have did the command print num dot of a comma b. It will output the dot product of these two arrays. So let's see the next example. The cross tool returns the cross product of two arrays. So they have made two arrays a and b, and when they do the function num5 dot cross of a of b a comma b, it will return -2, like it will print the cross product of two arrays. Now let's see the task that we need to do. You are given two arrays a and b, both have dimension n cross n. So both the arrays will be of n cross n dimension. Your task is to compute the matrix product. So we need to find the matrix product of two arrays. That's what we need to do. First line contains the integer n, so this is going to be n. Then the next line contains n space separated integers of array a. The following n line contains n spaced integers of array b. So this is the n equal to 2, and the next n lines means the next two line will be a, and the next n line, this is going to be b, like as said over here. So they have finally printed out the matrix product of these two matrices, first matrix then second matrix. So that's what we need to find. They have already imported num5 over here. Now let's take the input first. So our input n equal to input. Then now we need to make this inputs into next two inputs to a list, so that we can declare it as an array. And for the same thing, after these two inputs, next two will be another matrix. So we can define two lists for now, like a equal to, okay, we have added two empty lists a and b. Now we have to do the part of adding the inputs to that a and b. For doing that, it's now in the string format. So if we take the input, it will be a string 1 space 2. So if we split it out, we will get two elements inside that list, but it will not be integers. It will be only strings, string 1 and string 2. So we have to use a map function in order to get it as integers, and it will be inside the list 2. So let's use a for loop and a map function. Okay, now we did that part. So map function goes through each element, and it will be converted to a integer function, and it will be appended to a, so that this two termed list gets appended to a in the first loop, and in the second loop these 3 and 4 gets appended to a. Similarly for b, we have to do the same process. The only difference here is b instead of a. So we have added that part. Now let's print the a and b for how it looks like. So let's do that. Okay, let's run it out. Okay, now we can see here that it is the first list A and second one is B. So this is A and this is B. So inside A, the first row, this is the second row. Inside B, this is the first row and this is the second row. So it's not in the array form right now. Both of them are list, like nested list. So if you want to convert them to array, we have to use the numpy.array function method. So let's convert that, like let it be a dash and b dash. So dash equal to numpy.array of a. So same as for b2, we only need to convert it with b. Okay, we have done that part. Now we can print it out, both of them. Okay, let's see how the output looks like. Okay, now it's in the array form. So this is represented as an array. So we have to print it in separate lines so that it will be more visible. Okay, now let's run the code. Okay, now we have here, as in this form itself, it's an array 1 2 as the first row, this is the second row, this is the first row, second row, like that. So it's in array form. So this is going to be the matrix 1, this is going to be the matrix 2. So we have to do the matrix product of these A and B, like A dash and B dash. So okay, now let's see how we can do the matrix multiplication. So here's a website called Math-is-Fun. So they have provided us how to multiply two matrices. So let's see the examples over here. Matrix is an array of elements. So array of elements, array of numbers. Okay, so these are two, row 1 and row 2. So if you have to multiply with a single number, we have to multiply with each element inside the matrix. So 2 gets multiplied by 4 equal to 8. Similarly 2, 0, minus 18, like that. So if you want to multiply a matrix by another matrix, the process is somewhat tough. Like we need to multiply the first row with the first column to get the first element, then the first row with the second column to get the second element. Similarly, for the next row, we have to multiply with the first column to get the next element over here, and the same row with the next column to get the next element over here. That's how we do the matrix multiplication. So in order to do that, we have to convert the second matrix to column format. So we have, now it's in the, both of them are in the row format itself. Let me show you. Here both of them are 1 comma 2 are in a row, and 3 comma 4 in a row, 1 comma 2 in a row, 3 comma 4 in a row. So if you want to multiply the first row with the second column over here, like 1 and 3, similarly first row with second column 2 and 4, this 1 and 3 should be in a column, 1 and 2 should be in a column, and 3 and 2 and 4 should be in a column, like that. So right now these two are grouped together, so we have to convert it into the other format. So for that thing we can use a shift function. Let's rub it out. We don't need them to be converted right now. So let's see how it looks like. Print list of slip of b, right? B. Let's see the output. So they have, it's in the tuple list tuple, like it's in the weird format. So like the list B was already inside a list, like the elements were, there were two elements and these two elements were inside a list, and it was entirely covered with another list. So we have to get out of that list first. So then we can do the shift function so that it works so that each of the first indices will be added together. This 1 and 3 gets added together, 2 and 4 gets added together, and it will convert it to a tuple. So let's run the code again. So now we got what we desired, like 1 and 3 gets combined together, 2 and 4 gets combined together. So our second matrix is in this format, like the column format. So we can do is like first row of the first matrix gets multiplied with the column of second matrix. Instead of the column, it's a row itself. We have interchanged the column with rows, so we don't need to worry about that. So that's it. So let it be b dash equal to, okay, that part is done. So now is the difficult part. We have to, let me print it out, both of them, so that we can get an idea. Print a, print b dash. Okay, now let's see, like 1 and 2, it should get multiplied with 1 and 3 first, and it gets multiplied by 2 and 4 next, and multiplication over here means dot product. Okay, like the dot product over here, then only we'll get the matrix product. So then 3 and 4, it should get multiplied with 1 and 3. Similarly, it should get multiplied with 2 and 4. So after that, we will get the final output. So in order to do that, we have to first loop through this one, so that I value gets changed from 0 to 1. Not in the range, but we have to loop through this list, so that first I gets equal to 1, 2, then I equal to 3, 4. And similarly for these two, we can loop through another for loop, so that when I equal to 0, this j equal to 0 and j equal to 1, so that we can multiply this one with this one and this one over here. When the I value changes to 1, we can multiply j equal to 0 and j equal to 1. Similarly, we can do that. So let's rub it out. For I in a, for j in b dash. Okay, that part is done. Then we have to multiply it, right? And we have to get the result to something else, right? So we can define a result variable, a result list. Okay, now we have to append the values of the result to the result list. Okay, but here if we do j comma I, the numpy dot product, it's never gonna work, since this I and j are right now, I is a list over here and j is a tuple over here, so it's not gonna work. So we have to first convert it to a, when I equal to this one, we have to convert this element to a numpy array, so that only we can do this part. So let it be element not a dash, let it be like that. Oh, a1 equal to numpy dot array of I. So I gets converted to a1, and similarly for j part, you have to b1 equal to, okay, that part is done. So this a1 equal to numpy dot array of I, b1 equal to numpy dot array of j. Now we have to multiply these two. So here a1 b1. Now when I equal to first term, this j is gonna be 0th term and 1th term, and when I equal to 1, again j gonna be 0th and 1st term. So let's print the output. Let's run the code. Okay, we got the output, but it should be of this format: 7, 10, 15, 22. Our output is correct, but we need it to be converted to a NumPy array or a matrix. Then only we can get the test cases correct. Right now it's in a list format. So in order to convert that to this format, we have to first make the result to an NumPy array. Then only we can convert it to this format. So first do that. Let it be small a or whatever. Yeah, a, okay. Okay. Now we have converted this a to a NumPy result to a as a NumPy array. So when we print it right now, let's run the code and see how it looks like. Right now it's not in the list, but it's in the array format, and there is actually a method called reshape. If you want to convert an array to a different shape, we have to use the reshape method, and we can use that to convert it to this format. So let's do that. Yeah, let it be print itself. Print a dot reshape of n comma n. Like this method reshapes only work for NumPy array. Okay, if we don't convert it to a NumPy array, this method don't work. So here n means the metric size. So this list is being converted to a 2x2 matrix, as n equal to 2 over here. So it will be converted to a 2x2 matrix. Let's run the code. So we finally got the output correct. This is of this format, as the above list is converted to a 2x2 matrix. Let's submit the code. Okay, we got the entire test cases correct, and yeah, that's it. I think the video is helpful to you guys. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, tomorrow we can meet with the 16th day problem.